Picture a world where the measure of happiness isn't dictated by the digits in your bank account or the possessions in your living space. Imagine a life where fulfillment isn't a pursuit, but a natural state of being. Let's dive into the essence of minimalism. See it not just as a design aesthetic or a clutter-free home, but as a philosophy that cuts through the noise of excess. Minimalism, in its profound simplicity, is about zooming in on what truly matters. It's a journey of shedding the unnecessary, the surplus that inundates our lives with distraction and dissatisfaction. Imagine standing in a room filled to the brim with possessions. Each item, a testament to a desire once felt, now perhaps forgotten. Minimalism steps into this space and asks a daring question: what if less is actually more? It's about peeling away these layers, each layer representing our entanglements with material possessions, societal expectations, and the relentless pursuit of more. But here's where it transcends the physical realm. Minimalism isn't confined to tangible clutter. It delves into the realms of our desires, our ambitions, our endless cravings for the new, the better, the more. This philosophy beckons us to pause and introspect, to distinguish between the fleeting satisfaction of possessions and the enduring fulfillment of emotional and spiritual abundance. Think of minimalism as a liberator, freeing us from the clutches of unending desire. It's not a journey of deprivation, but of realignment, aligning our lives with our true values and needs. In this alignment, we find a profound sense of freedom, an unburdening of the soul. Picture this common scenario: the allure of the latest gadgets, the siren call of the newest fashion trends, the prestige of living in ever larger houses. Society often tells us that these are the markers of success, the symbols of a life well lived. But pause for a moment and ask yourself, do these material possessions truly bring lasting happiness? Or are they merely a fleeting pleasure, a momentary spark that quickly fades, leaving behind a void, an insatiable hunger for more? This relentless pursuit of material goods is like running on a treadmill of desires. With every new acquisition, the initial joy wanes and the baseline for satisfaction shifts higher. It's a never-ending cycle, where contentment is always just one more purchase away. But what if we step off this treadmill? What if we look beyond the glossy veneer of materialism? Minimalism invites us to challenge this cycle of endless want. It encourages us to question the narrative that more is better. In a world where consumerism is king, minimalism dares to rebel, proposing a radically different approach to happiness. It suggests that maybe, just maybe, the secret to true contentment lies not in accumulating more, but in cherishing and finding value in less. This philosophy peels back the layers of material illusion, revealing a truth often obscured by the dazzle of possessions. It shows us that lasting happiness doesn't come from what we buy, but from what we experience, the relationships we nurture, the personal growth we achieve. Minimalism isn't about stripping away joy. It's about rediscovering it in its purest form. In this light, the shiny new gadget, the latest fashion trend, the sprawling mansion lose their grip on our hearts. We start to see them for what they truly are: temporary pleasures that can't fill the deeper yearnings of our soul. As we embrace minimalism, we learn to find joy in simplicity, to appreciate the beauty of the ordinary, and to recognize that true abundance comes not from having more, but from wanting less. Imagine the story of John, once a high-flying executive, who found himself ensnared in the trappings of success: luxury cars, a grandiose home, an enviable collection of watches. Yet amidst this opulence, there was an unmistakable void, a sense of unfulfillment. John's journey to minimalism began with a simple realization: his possessions owned him more than he owned them. He embarked on a path of intentional downsizing, seeking quality over quantity. Today, John lives a life rich with experiences, traveling, learning, and connecting deeply with others. His story is a testament to the fact that when we let go of material excess, we make room for a wealth of experiences. Consider Sarah, a talented artist who once found herself drowning in clutter, both physical and mental. The chaos of her surroundings mirrored the disarray within. Her embrace of minimalism was a conscious choice to declutter, to create space not just in her studio, but in her mind. This newfound clarity became the canvas for her creativity. Minimalism for Sarah was not about losing. It was about gaining focus, serenity, and an unbridled flow of creativity. Her art flourished, resonating with the purity and tranquility of her minimalist lifestyle. These stories, diverse in their backgrounds and journeys, converge on a common truth: that in the abundance of possessions, we often lose sight of what truly enriches us. Embracing minimalism isn't about giving up joy. It's about rediscovering it in more meaningful forms. It's about finding peace not in what we own, but in who we become. Not in what we accumulate, but in what we experience and share. So what is the philosophy of wanting less to get more? Picture the typical pursuit of modern life, a relentless striving for more. More gadgets, more clothes, more accolades. It's as if we're on a continuous treadmill, chasing after the next big thing, believing mistakenly that happiness lies just at the next turn. But this philosophy of minimalism invites us to step off this treadmill, to stop and question: what are we truly gaining in this endless pursuit? Is it possible that in our chase for more, we are actually ending up with less? Now imagine the liberation of wanting less. This isn't about deprivation. It's about making a conscious choice to value quality over quantity. It's recognizing that a life cluttered with possessions is often a life cluttered with distractions, pulling us away from the very essence of true joy and satisfaction. By reducing our material desires, we're not losing. We're creating space. Space for more time, more peace, more meaningful connections. This philosophy transcends the realm of physical belongings and touches upon the very way we perceive our lives. Wanting less means freeing ourselves from the endless cycle of desire and dissatisfaction. It means finding contentment in what we have, rather than being constantly fixated on what we lack. It's about discovering that the richest moments often come not from acquiring new possessions, but from simple, everyday experiences. A shared laugh, a quiet moment of reflection, the joy of creation. As we embrace this minimalist mindset, we start to experience the world differently. We begin to appreciate the beauty of the present, the joy of living in the now, without the constant anxiety about the future or regrets over the past. Our relationships deepen as we become more present and engaged, valuing people over things. Our sense of peace and well-being grows as we unburden ourselves from the weight of unnecessary possessions and desires. This philosophy is about rebalancing our priorities, realigning our desires to match our true needs and values. It's about understanding that in the race to get more, we often overlook the abundance that already surrounds us. By wanting less, we're not just simplifying our lives. We're amplifying our experience of life, discovering a richness that material wealth cannot provide. By choosing minimalism, we embark on a journey of discovery, a journey where joy is found in the small, seemingly insignificant moments that, in truth, form the essence of our lives. The laughter shared with a friend, the tranquility of a quiet morning, the satisfaction of creating something with our own hands. These become our treasures, our markers of a life well lived. This path leads us to an understanding that true abundance comes from within. It teaches us that fulfillment is not purchased. It is cultivated in the gardens of our inner landscapes. By stripping away the non-essential, we make room for growth, for peace, for a contentment that is not contingent on external factors, but is rooted in our very being.